Well, ladies and gentlemen, today we have yet another senior ranking Democratic politician just blatantly breaking federal law, and this time it's everyone's favorite incompetent mayor, LA City Mayor Karen Bass. Now, yesterday afternoon, President Trump's ICE agents carried out numerous raids in Los Angeles aimed at targeting the most violent illegal aliens in the city in order to help keep the country safe. However, these ICE raids didn't exactly go over very well with LA City's radically progressive mayor, Karen Bass. And yes, by the way, she's the very same mayor that just 6 months ago allowed the Pacific Palisades to burn down, causing tens of billions of dollars worth of damage. But so folks, check this out. After the ICE raids had concluded, Mayor Karen Bass had this to say. This morning, we received reports of federal immigration enforcement actions in multiple locations in Los Angeles. As mayor of a proud city of immigrants who contributed to our city in so many ways, I am deeply angered by what has taken place. These tactics sow terror in our communities and disrupt basic principles of safety in our city. My office is in close coordination with immigrant rights community organizations. We will not stand for this. And so, folks, let's break down what this really means. Not only is she not going to comply with federal immigration officers who are working to enforce our nation's federal immigration laws that we all democratically agreed upon, by the way, but she's also going to be working with various illegal alien activist groups to actively undermine the federal immigration officers. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a word for this. It's called sedition, and guess what? It's a federal crime. But so folks, this is where today's story gets absolutely wild. You see, LA City Mayor Karen Bass actually issued a video statement about all of this as well, and somehow it's even worse. But before we take a look at that, I do want to say real quick that if you guys enjoy the daily news updates, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton. But okay, check this out.
We are going to fight for all Angelenos, regardless of when they got here, whether they have papers or not. We are a city of immigrants, and this impacts hundreds of thousands of Angelenos.
So folks, there you have it. She went on camera to encourage all of her Angelenos to actively fight against President Trump's federal ICE officers, and that is exactly what happened. Take a look.
I'm Giovanna Lotta. You're taking a live look at one of the protests underway in Los Angeles just a few hours after the mass immigration raids. Chris Christie is live in Air 7 with the latest. Chris.
That's right, Giovanna. It's a major protest going on about 2 hours now. Close to 1,000 people now wrapping around the detention facility between Alameda and Los Angeles Street. They started on the front steps of the federal building at 300 Los Angeles, now marching down Aliso. And the lead there is that cattle truck leading the pack as they make the turn onto Alameda Street. The strategy here is to basically encircle the detention facility, which is that building right there, where we understand there are actually some people.
So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, the anti-American radical progressives are rioting in the streets and destroying the country. But you know what? Now, I want you all to take a look at what these riots actually looked like up close and on the ground. But real quick, I should probably issue a warning because some of this footage is crazy. But okay, take a look. So, folks, I know it's not pretty, but that is the type of mayhem that unfolds under the leadership of the radical progressives. The truth is, as a consequence of the Democrats' radically progressive anti-American agenda, this is what massive swaths of the country look like right now. To be very clear, the radically progressive Democrats have allowed so many illegal aliens to enter our country that now, when ICE attempts to actually enforce our immigration laws and remove them, there are massive uprisings and riots. This chaos in Los Angeles reflects the failure of the Democratic Party's sanctuary city policies that do nothing but protect illegal aliens, and the scale of these riots just further proves the urgent need for mass deportations in order to restore order back to the country. Really, this entire situation is just yet another example of why this problem needs to be solved immediately. If the Trump administration isn't able to permanently lock down our southern border and deport every single one of these illegal aliens, then within 10 years' time, our country won't even be recognizable anymore. But the truth is, and by the way, this is what the Democrats don't want you to know, the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration restores law and order back to the country, targeting the worst of the worst illegal aliens that seriously threaten the safety of American communities. And I'll tell you what, folks, as you all just saw in that footage, this entire situation is getting absolutely out of hand. President Trump needs to crack down on this sort of behavior and actually hold these people accountable. When senior-ranking Democratic politicians like Los Angeles City Mayor Karen Bass are not only choosing to blatantly ignore our nation's federal immigration laws, but even worse, actively working with illegal alien activists to harbor illegal aliens from federal immigration officers, we have a serious problem. We can call it sedition, we can call her a traitor, but the truth is, unless our laws are enforced and unless these people are actually held accountable, we might as well not even have any laws at all. Laws don't exist unless we actually enforce them, and right now, the radical progressives have gotten so confident, so brazen in their anti-American behavior, that they're just operating in open defiance of our federal legislation. So folks, this is one of these videos where I don't actually have a nice little conclusion for all of you. If we want to actually start putting America first, this behavior has got to be stopped. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we wrap up, I do want to say real quick that we officially have a Morse News Twitter page as well as a Morse News Facebook page. So if you use either of those platforms, please go down below and drop a follow in order to get breaking news updates that relate to everything we talk about here in the YouTube videos. But everyone, that is going to be a wrap for today's video, so please go down below and drop a comment. Let me know what you think about all of this. Please like the video while you're down there, and like I said earlier, please consider subscribing to the channel because it really does help a ton. Thank you all very much for tuning in today, and of course, as always, stay safe.